Interestingly enough, I had this reflection while I was out on trail yesterday. We spend so much time here in this quiet, calm, still environment that when I leave here and I need to go to a place that's a little busier, like say for instance, New York City or New Jersey, it takes days sometimes for me to get back into the swing of what normal, everyday, modern society looks and feels like. However, when I come back here and I find myself immediately back in Northeast Pennsylvania, specifically on this campus in a quiet, calm, contemplative atmosphere, it's like my body immediately recognizes where I'm at and goes right back to that calm, peaceful state of existence. And it doesn't take any time to reabsorb that sense of well-being and stillness. And it struck me funny is that what we have here to offer and why the power of nature is so unique is the body already recognizes it. It knows it's the barometer for where it should be because this is how we've existed for thousands of years. It's only just recently that our lives have gotten so busy, so chaotic, so schedule driven, so this, and we get distracted from what our natural state of awareness and stillness is.
Well, it's the nature that we are an integral a part of. And I feel like when we're in our lives or in the cities with, all of the man-made structures of the different layers of society, sometimes and somehow it gets lost, that connection or that feeling gets lost. But as soon as you go out into the woods, as soon as you get on trail or come to a space where nature is more abundant, to your point, the body just recognizes it. It recognizes all the support. And so with the experiences that we get to have when we combine yoga and nature, is we get to use the tools of yoga to tap into that more refined sensitivity of life force, and to feel that connection more deeply to that natural support that nature offers. And then also rest in that, connect with it, and direct that a little bit more intentionally for a heightened experience of stillness, of spaciousness, and then bring that back into our lives. And hopefully that carries forward for some period of time, but it also helps us just recognize that largely that is missing in so many of our lives, and how quickly, to your point, we respond and recognize the value of being connected to that deeper support system that nature provides. That's a really cool reflection.
Yeah, it's interesting to think, like a lot of times people will ask, what are the best destinations in the United States for retreat? What kind of spaces are conducive for what it is we do? And the truth is, there are many outdoor locations, both known and unknown, that just getting into those spaces and opening up with that kind of mindset, with the power and tool of yoga, meditation, guided relaxation, breath-connected movement, it can make any place a destination for yoga, a destination for inner stillness, a destination for pilgrimage. Because the truth is, we're picking amazing spaces that both offer vistas, landscapes, a sense of surrounding that nature is all around us, but you can find this in your backyard, in your neighborhoods. It's not that what we have to offer by virtue of these spaces is unique to these spaces. The idea is that we're creating pilgrimage wherever we go. Yeah. We're bringing those tools to the things that we do, and no matter where we are, we're able to connect to that inner stillness and to that inner wealth of joy.
You mentioned this in conversation a few minutes ago before the cameras were rolling, but a lot of times just how we can take our own backyard for granted. And you don't have to set a weekend aside or a week aside or a day aside to go out somewhere. There's usually a park or a forest just nearby. So even if you're in the cities, just going there or going to a natural space and being present to the sound of the trees blowing in the wind, or the birds chirping, or the fragrance of the grass. Like all of these things draw us into that present moment and that connection to the more natural world that we're a part. And of course, if you have the opportunity to step away into a pilgrimage context or an outdoor kind of adventure. It's wonderful because I think a big part of it is the opportunity to remove yourself from your day-to-day habits and schedules and all of the things that kind of keep us in our cycle, mentally, emotionally, physically, and be able to break that cycle in a different space. Like, there's a ton of value in that, but you can have those mini breaks just right in your backyard, like you were saying, and there's ways to maximize your local resources as well. So any place can be special. It's a matter of the presence that we bring to it.